Now we are done with the first two presentations, so we'll have the question answer session now. The floor is open. Those of you who want to ask the question, please raise your hand. You have an icon that you can use. At the same time, if you want to put it in the chat box, you can also use the chat box. And those of you who want to ask question, please initiate the question answer now. Yes, Ms. Purnima.
Yes, sir. My question is to Ambassador Singh. So first of all, thank you for your presentation. So a while ago, Israel's ambassador to India, Ron Malka, said that a trilateral between India, UAE, and Israel could be possible. So I wanted to know what would be the prospects of such a trilateral and what are the possible area of cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, Purnima, for that question. Samina has given some indications of what are the synergies between UAE and Israel. And one of the areas that she has indicated is software and IT. This is another area that we are strong on in India. And it's something that gives possibilities for trilateral cooperation. So there you have a number of areas, not just IT, but agriculture for that matter. For example, we are the largest suppliers of agricultural produce to the Emirates market. Israel has technologies and other know-how of dryland farming. We also cooperate with the Emirates in promoting dryland farming. Can the three countries get together and discuss these issues? So there are immense possibilities. Previously, these were not possible because Israel and UAE did not have any relationship. So India has the manufacturing base, Israel has technology, India also has technology, and UAE has capital and a market and marketing ability. So there can be synergy in various ways in the economic field. I hope I've answered your question.
Thank you, Ambassador. Do we have other questions? Yes, Nadeem?
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, my question is to Dr. Sabina Hamid. First of all, very interesting presentation. I wanted to ask about something related to the deal of the century in specific. The Wadi al-Ardun plan, the plan to annex Jordan Valley, that is. I mean, as you know, the economic incentive with respect to Jordan Valley is immense, and the proportion with respect to other annexations and Jordan Valley would be very different. So how do you see that, and how much of a mutual benefit can you observe with regard to the annexation of Wadi al-Ardun? And how would it be beneficial for Palestinians if it is in that case? Thank you.
If I have understood your question, is it framed like this? How is annexation beneficial to the Palestinians?
I mean, during the negotiations as well, the whole agenda on table was that it would bring prosperity to the Palestinians as well. So my question is, how much do you see it as a mutually benefiting plan?
See, if you talk about investments that was talked about in the deal, and also that as a fallout of the accord, see, investments always bring empowerment. Till now, the Palestinians are under siege and are living on donations. Whatever happens politically, whatever happens to the cause of a Palestinian state is another story. But if people are empowered through investments, jobs, they are definitely in a better position to fight for their cause. We have seen the risk, the failures of the past approach. If one can take the risk of hostility, why can't we not take the risk of peace? And as far as investments at the Silicon Valley that I talked about, let me just shed a little greater detail in this aspect. The Arabs population is 20% of the workforce, but they represent only 4% of the high-tech workforce. At the same time, Israeli workforce, the high-tech component is 9%. And they are now facing the friction because about 150 MNCs are there. They simply fish on the best talent, give the best pay package, and the local Israeli companies are really running short of the local talents. So when more investments are coming in, more ventures are going to set up, more jobs are definitely going to come in. So it's a very common logic that investments will bring prosperity, empowerment, and then it will enable you to fight for your cause. You can't fight on donations and aid. I hope I have sort of conveyed with.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
In between, I'll also like to ask Ambassador Sanjay Singh, sir, what are the probabilities of India trying to get the best out of us because of its complicated approach towards the region itself? At times it would call it ethical, at times it would call something else, and now it has no such reasons to, other than those non-Arab states, it has no reasons to make an issue out there or say or give reasons to it. So in which way the India itself would be in a position to make the best use of the available opportunity and enhance its own appearance and presence in the region?
India already has a very extensive presence in the region. It has a multi-vectored foreign policy and multi-vectored relationship with each and every country in the West Asian region. I think they stand on their own, and these are helped by the region promoting peace, for any moves that promote peace and stability in the region, which is in Indian strategic interest. And that allows greater exchanges, interchanges, and helps in the cause that India thinks is necessary for promoting its own interests. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, sir.